Hey guys, I'm here, Snowman86, and we are back on Ballyspring. So as you can see, we are flat out with the tanker on board. So we are spreading slurry in our grass fields after our second cut. So we're going to see how much it takes. I think we have about 170,000 litres in the tank in the yard. Cows are pretty productive this winter on terms of slurry. So if we can keep that up, we'll be doing okay. We certainly will. Now the big change for this one, guys, is we have managed to um, change around our pastures, and once we come down around here, we'll just jump the ditch quickly and show you what we've done. um, it's a work in progress. They are eating the grass. I think it might be like the time we moved into a second pasture. As you can see it from here pretty well, it's kind of patchy. But I think as they work on the grass, they will eat it all. I hope they eat it all. But so far, guys, yeah, it's there and they're in there. So we'll just have to see what the rest will hold for us. So it is interesting. As I say, I think it will work. I really do. I have my hopes held high that one will work, and it'll be a good test if it does. It just means that there's a block of land alongside our arable field, so that's potentially an area then that we'll actually try and hit up. By try and hit up, I obviously mean boy. We'll just clip the ditch line there a little bit, but yeah, that's what we'd be aiming for, guys, is maybe along the lines of that area. That would allow us to extend the other pasture. And if we can extend that second pasture, we should really then start seeing the benefits of having pastures on the farm. Failing that, it's a case of scrap them all, pull up the pins, and yeah, just start cutting grass and cutting it pretty hard and fast. Because our cows would be kind of stuck in, well, I won't say stuck in the yard, but they will be in the yard pretty consistently. Now we could keep one of the pins, a small one behind the big shed there, where we store the harvester and where the carpentry workshop and stuff is. We could potentially keep that one. And again, it just gives us a chance every so often to get the cows out onto a bit of grass. It's good for the cows, and that is us empty. So we weren't long burning through that bit of slurry. So we'll get back to the farm here, guys, and we'll refill it. But yeah, it'll just give us options, and I think options is what we need. So actually, I'll stop here. You can see we have a new gate in place. Thank God it opens the right way. I never actually checked that. Just dawned on me now. But yeah, you'll see the grass is just a little bit on the patchy side. Now they will eat it. Like this section has been chopped a little bit, and up there is kind of skinned. But you can definitely see the cows are well more spread out, which is kind of what we wanted anyway. They were fairly well clustered, and our little calves are doing quite well. So yeah, we're generally in a happy place, I think, with that. We really can't complain too much. A issue we did come across is loading this bad boy. So we used to be able to back in, or not back in, but drive in, do a swing in front of the pit and back up to it. That option, I think, with our new hay shed, and you'll see the way we're going to go now. But the new hay shed, I think, kind of just obstructs that just a little bit. So we've got this big swing here. So we'll have to remember this for when we're putting up more sheds or tearing down places. Yeah, it's a fair bump there on the old cat yard, but we swing in this way, and we just whip around, and it's a little bit like that, and then we just back in. So it's not too dissimilar, but it's probably a little bit easier than what we were doing before, which wasn't a bad setup, but this is probably just a little bit easier. And we pick that up. as we can. Ah man, that's so unlucky. So we'll detach the hose and try again. So we'll attach here, and that's store. Are we too close? Nope, we are not. So we get in and we get that refilling. And Bob's your uncle, guys. So that's a nice little setup. Might make that our screenshot right there. But yeah, it's just there's work to be done there. There's no denying it. But I'm hoping the pasture works. In fact, we can jump out here and you'll see they're holding at 15,000 liters of food, or 16,000 liters of food, and it's been like that since they moved in there yesterday. So it hasn't really gone up or down. So it's probably working. This will be their first full day in there, so we'll see what happens by the end of it. Hopefully it's not skinned. It'll be a little bit upsetting if it is. And that is us full, so we'll just try and get in here to detach the hose. That'll do. And away we go. So this is now a tight area on the farm, but oh, just clip the corner shed. Tight area on the farm. Our soybeans are looking fantastic as well, guys, so long may that last. Now, I know I said we do a little bit loader work in the last one, but I just found myself under a little bit of pressure and decided we'd just kind of auto load them, get them off the field so we can get out here and get the slurry on. So, but at some stage in life we will be loading manually. That is the plan. So let me just swing back in here, stick her into cruise. And we're out spreading again. So it seems to be applying it at an awful high rate. Just realized that there now. Is it you? So I think we might do a bit of a manual thing here. So we probably need to be up here on this section. So I think what this is saying, I think this is telling us that our fields are, oh no, you see there now, we need to step up one. So you'd rather be a little bit too high than a little bit too low, so we'll go to 15. I was thinking we used up that first load pretty quick, but going forward, yeah, this field is going to be a bit of a mess. But yeah, it just means we won't burn through the slurry as quickly, which is good. Because we don't need a whole pile, but we do need a bit. Oh. But we'll fix this when we get around to our third cut. Just something to bear in mind. But yeah, it is progressing rather well, guys. So I think we're going to crack on with the slurry, and we'll have a couple of tank loads to draw. We'll probably catch it up again here in a bit once we're getting towards the end, and we'll see what kind of fun there is to be done. Something I need to keep an eye on is the actual condition of my fields. Not so much condition, but the compaction. That's the right word. Yeah, if things are getting too compact, we might have to break out the old flat lifter again and do an old burn around the fields where we just kind of flat lift it, or subsoil it for want of a better word, and just try and break up that pan, help drainage and all that good stuff as well. So yeah, fun. So as I say, we're going to bait on here, and I will be back in a bit, and we'll see what we've gotten done. And we are back, guys. So hopefully last load going out. Oh, pesky tanker just doesn't. It's really not the tanker's fault. It's my driving. And we clip that wall and clip that wall. Good job. So as I say, hopefully last load going out in the field here. We did tin it out. So we hopefully are getting a bit better of a spread out of it. I just don't know where we finished off. It's hard to call it, but I think it's around the headland that we were doing. Did we? No, I don't think we did a whole pile here, so we'll jump out and we'll get going on the what we, as I say, hopefully is the last load, but now that I think about it, probably isn't. So we'll enable cruise control, turn on our tanker, and away we go. So this is an important part of our grass cycle. It's important that we get this out to encourage our growth for our third cut. We've all our bales wrapped and stacked, and yeah, after this we will have to tend them for weeds and all that kind of stuff. But yeah, the one thing we should try and pick up at some stage is a soil sampler. They're running at 17,000, so that could be a fair chunk of change there. Just getting the college out costs us a little bit of money each time, and it's something, it's good, but yeah, ideally if we can do our own, it'd probably be cheaper in the long run. I think just for the starting fields with the farm, it's about 10 grand. So now we don't have to do it every time, but I think it's every 6th harvest, and we managed to rack up a lot of grass harvest, so that is going to be an issue for us going forward. I do feel that we'll have to probably look to improve our soil sampling abilities, so we'll just keep that in mind, I think, as we push forward here. Yeah, this is definitely not going to be the last load. I really underestimated that. Not sure how we managed that, but anyway, we'll crack on. As I say, very important we get it out on the field. So yeah, so that's what we're at. As you can see, the pasture, as I say, I think it will work. We just have to give it a little bit of time. But we are looking at expanding the pasture. If this one works, which I think it is going to work, we probably will end up buying, it's 2 fields to the left of us, we'll say, or over this general direction. There's 2, those actually, that's them right there, 2 grass fields. So we'll be trying to eyeball them if we can at some stage. We are drifting away pretty badly. So I think they're selling at around 70,000, or is it 100,000? Something like that anyway. It's quite expensive, guys. So we're going to have to build up to it. We'll just shut this off as we do a little loop-de-loop. But if we can get those 2, it would give us an extra grass field. Not a big one, but a handy size one. And we would also gain on pasture sizes. The other option is we could just expand it all into a pasture, but I don't know how it'll work. As you can see there in front of me, where that house is to the right, there is a fair dip, and I think that's going to cause me grief. Yeah, I think it's just going to cause me grief when we put our pastures in there. I think it allows like a 5 meter dip. I must check it out, but I think it says 5 meters is the kind of maximum height difference. So ideally, the flatter the field, the better. But yeah, we don't have that luxury at the moment, guys. So that is something we'll have to contend with. So it mightn't work, or we might not be able to do all of it. But yeah, we'll see how we go. As best we can, we will try and expand that pasture as well. As I say, that would be the rough goal of it. So it is going to take another load, guys. Should have guessed that. Not sure what I was thinking, to be honest, but you know, it is what it is. So I think we'll just probably end up running out somewhere here. And what we can do, get the last little bit out of it, is just kind of catch this corner, head back to the yard, load her back up, and we'll be back here in a jiffy. So we have a little bit in the tank. We'll disable our cruise control as we roll through the yard. So we haven't done tanking in a while, guys, so to be fair, it's no harm to have a full length episode on tanking. I think the last time we ended up doing all the manure. It's a big old bump just there. So definitely nice to do something a little bit different. Try and not clip any walls, and try and park it in the best place possible. Is there the best place possible? Probably go back just a tiny bit more. Somewhere there I think would probably be good enough. Come on, let me pick it up. There we go. Yes. It's nice when it all works. Bit of a kink in it, but we'll take that. So we jump in our tractor and we start loading. The joys of this manure system as well is you can reverse the direction, I believe. So if we hit R to deactivate the pump, change application rate. I don't see it now, but I think there is a way that you can reverse the pump. So you can actually fill it and then move it, so you could actually transfer slurry as well. It's a nice little feature. Definitely one we'll probably use at some stage. Ideally this little square here, I would like to put in a lagoon, a kind of a slurry lagoon if we could. That would be the idea, or else a slurry tank, but we'll have to see. Either way, we need it close enough to the yard that we could probably just set up a pump out of here straight into the tank slash lagoon, and that will give us a handy way of doing slurry. Are we going to get the option to disconnect? I thought I had it. There it is. Detach hose. So it can be a little bit finicky, but it's just better. I like the fact that you have to attach hoses and stuff. So we'll attempt to get out of here once more. Guarantees we're going to do a better job of it. Clip that shed, and oh, we didn't clip the back. We're getting better. So we'll just enable cruise control and we will set about our field once more, guys. Minimize that, we don't need that. And hopefully this is the last load, but again, would you be surprised if I was wrong? I certainly wouldn't. I think it should be. We covered a fair amount in that last run, so I'd be hoping this one would see us through. I think it's maybe 3-4 passes what we have, so fingers crossed. But Yeah, I do think soil sampling, to get back to what we were originally talking about, guys, is probably something we'll have to look at sooner rather than later. I think it's going to be an issue probably towards the end of this year. So we'll have to see if we can pick one up. Well, we can pick one up, there's no issue there, but it's just probably set us back a little bit. It'll probably have to be new unless we get extremely lucky and come across one in the used section, but I don't know, will we? But yeah, that is on the radar, guys. As is the two grass fields to the back of our farm. I do think they'd be a great addition, so at some stage we will attempt to acquire them this year as well, and that will really won't really improve, or it won't really add to our grass cutting, but it will definitely, well, it will to a degree, but it will definitely improve our pastures and our ability to keep cows out of our shed longer and use less bales. So it will be a benefit to us if it all works out. So I think we're going to call it here, guys. We'll finish up this last pass. We should have enough in the tank. Um, I think we'll have enough in the tank. But yeah, I think we'll call it here. So as always, guys, thanks very much for watching. I've been Snowman86. This has been Ballyspring, and your support is always very welcome and appreciated. And until next time, guys, we'll see you all again. Take care.